Hello everyone, this is Yoyo. Welcome back to our channel. Remember last week I mentioned that we have been approached by an apartment development in Gold Coast. And guess what happened? Within just a week, half of this boutique project has been sold with all deposit paid. It is definitely one of the most successful off-market projects in 2020, especially during the pandemic period. So what makes this selling like hotcakes? So in this video, the developer, the agents, the valuer, they will share their valuable local knowledge. So stay till the end, at least to learn something about the market. Before we dive into these details, I would like you to remember 3 things about this project. First, 2-bedder, 2-bath with a car park starting from $479,000. 3-bedder, 2-bath with 2 car parks starting from $679,000. Second, the body corp for 2-bedder starting from mid of $3,000 a year. Body corp for 3-bedder starting from early $4,000 for a year. Third, this project will be settling in the mid of 2022. At the beginning, I was a bit hesitant to take this project on board because it is an apartment project. Well, the more researches I have done, the more I am convinced. For example, like the locations, price, body corp, facilities, rental yield, vacancy rate, capital growth in past 10 years, etc., you name it. I will give you some examples. Firstly, we will have a look at what has been recently sold or under contract or on the market. Because this is an apartment project, so I've only listed the apartment that has been recently sold in October through realestate.com.au, which is the Australian #1 property site for real estate. Let's have a look at the sold properties first. As you can see, the first 2 apartments, they are located in the same building, which is about 20 years old. Both of them enjoy a beautiful ocean view. Because it is an old building apartment, the kitchen is enclosed, not open floor plan, and the 2 bedrooms stick together. Those 2-bedder, 2-bath with a car park sold for early $700,000 in October. The third one, as you can see, it is an at least 30 years old walk-up brick building. Big balcony, but no views. The 2-bedder sitting at the back and next to each other is sold for $570,000 in October. Let's have a look at what is under contract. So there are 7 listings that are currently under contract or an offer. I will not go through them one by one, but as you can see, they are not brand new apartments. The old 2-bedders sold in between early $500,000 to high $900,000 with great ocean view. 3-bedders sold in between $900,000 to a little bit over $1 million, and they are not brand new properties. Last but not least, let's have a look at what is currently on the market. Once again, there are some varieties. The old 2-bedders, 2-baths with a car park with a little bit of renovations, no views. Asking price is over $600,000. If you have some ocean views, close to $700,000 or above. Old 3-bedders, 2-baths with only 1 car park, a little bit renovation but no ocean views, asking for $750,000. The nearly new or brand new 3-bedders, 2-baths, 2 car park with some ocean view, asking for close to $1 million or above. There is also a 3-bedder sub-penthouse which starts from $2.7 million. So that is the current market for 2-bedders and the 3-bedders. And I knew some of the buildings are quite old, which is the body corp close to $10,000 a year. You still remember the first thing I mentioned about this project? The price, 2-bedder, 2-bath, 1 car park starting from $479,000, 3-bedder, 2-bath, 2 cars starting from $679,000. Body corp for 2-bedder is from mid of $3,000 a year, and for 3-bedder is from early $4,000 a year. And they are settling in another almost 2 years' time. I have also done some research through RP Data, which is a subscription product that gives you access to 20 years worth of property data. And it gives you extensive information about the property you are planning to buy or sell. From the chart, you can see the house value in Palm Beach has increased 38.72% over the last 4.5 years. Price is from $670,000 in 2016 to $9,100 as current median price. The unit price also went up 31.92% between July 2016 to July 2020. That is incredible, just to compare with the value changes in Gold Coast City. Remember from my last video, I have mentioned the 2 important factors we need to consider. First, capital growth, which the statistics mentioned above showing a strong and steady capital growth over the last 4 or 5 years. Second, rentals, vacancy rates. Is the area oversupply or undersupply? If it is oversupply, supply, then the vacancy rate is going to be quite high, like over 5%. 3% vacancy rate is considered healthy. So the first thing I did was search the vacancy rate through SQM, which specialized in providing accurate research and data to financial institutions, investment professionals, and investors. As you can see, the vacancy rate in Palm Beach was 0.1% in September, and anything below 2% signifies high rental demands. I have also searched 2-bedder and 3-bedders in Palm Beach through realestate.com.au again. Only 4 properties come up for rent. Very old 2-bedders rent for $530 a week, and relatively new ones rent for mid-600 a week, and the nearly new 3-bedder renting for $920 a week. I cannot predict the rent in 2 years' time, but just based on the current rental market, the gross rent yield for this project is about 6% because of the price and the location. We have also made some secret phone calls to the local agents. For privacy reasons, I will not release the conversation recording in this video, but if you are interested, please feel welcome to contact me. Okay, dokie, I think you heard enough from me. Hopefully you will not get bored with all these charts and numbers, etc. Like what I said, if you think the video brings value to you, and if you like our video, please. Alright, stay till the end. Our lovely Elsa spent lots of time to select the most valuable clips and put them all together for you to fully understand the market and the project. Let's welcome our old friend, John, first.
It's a total of 80 apartments. It's designed with 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments only. There is no 1-bedroom apartment in Palm Beach residences. Very common. We've been doing this across a lot of our apartment projects on the Gold Coast and in Brisbane. The 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car apartments at Palm Beach residences are priced from $479,900, and 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car are priced from $679,000. So this is an incredible value opportunity that I guess if you think about the Gold Coast or even just the apartment market in Southeast Queensland, for this location, this just does not exist. So this will work for home builder as well. So for anybody that's considering home builder, this will be home builder qualified. If you have a look at, for those investors in the audience or even in the room, we're achieving on average above 6% rental returns, and that we've actually got 3 independent property managers that have given us their estimates on every single apartment in the building. So that's an incredible yield opportunity that, again, you're not seeing anywhere else. And this is really where you start to talk about the benefits of this project and why we're focusing on the Gold Coast. And so when we're looking at just where the location of is on Palm Beach residence, we've actually rendered the building right there in the centre, so you can actually understand where it sits on the site. It's within 150 metres to the beach, direct walking distance, and 3 minutes drive to the #1 most searched real estate market in Queensland right now, which is Burleigh Heads. So Burleigh Heads is the #1 most searched market for houses and units, and Palm Beach is definitely featuring in that top 10. So this is something that's really quite unique that's happening on the Gold Coast. We've seen a lot of focus, partly due to obviously COVID and what we're seeing in that market, that sort of environment. But again, this is really driving some pretty big demand for some good locations. So ultimately you can see the site is kind of tilted, not running parallel to the beach, but it does give us some great views and advantages, to the north, as well as obviously to the east and the south. To the rear of us is Palm Beach Primary School, which gives us this big open play, the big field there, and that gives us some green aspects. So we're really quite lucky here where you've got really one part of the Gold Coast where you can actually, you can own a home, and these aren't cheap homes if you can afford it, and I'm pretty sure we'd all love to live on it, where you can open your back door, walk on grass, and then walk on a beach. A lot of the time you actually have like a park or a road, then a park, you've got to cross that. Here, you can live on that. And that's again, what makes it very, very attractive, particularly from a supply point of view, because you've got a lot of desirable property within vicinity. And so guys, just quickly touching the amenity, obviously if you want more information, please talk to the Midas guys. They're going to be able to give you a lot of the detail, but you got to remember for a 2-bedroom apartment from $479, you've got resort style facilities. You've got everything from, a big 18-metre lagoon pool, to saunas, to fireplaces, to pizza ovens, private dining, beach showers, barbecue ovens, fire pits. We've even got work from home solutions in here as well. So obviously, a bit of a sign of the times for people to be able to work from home. have a board meeting, and be able to have it all in your own apartment, which would be great. So for anybody that's from Sydney and Melbourne wanting to come up, this is probably the location to do it. So, but these are just some of the renders, guys, that that you'd be able to share. Like for the body corporate as well, that's been put in here. It's I obviously talked to the guys from Midas to give you the detail, but it's averaging I think at about $71 or $72 a week. So that's like under $4,000 for a 2-bedroom, which is pretty incredible. Now the only thing I've done in this render is that instead of giving you the study and the storage, what I've actually done is I've given you a bar. So everybody can see where that fridge is on the side there, and that cabinetry. That's an upgrade that you can choose from. So that again is just more features that we wanted to do for the owners and for the investors. Personally, I don't know how much alcohol you could fit in that bar, so I probably would actually do this because really when you're working from home now, you don't really need a study. You can have it, but ultimately this just gives you an idea of just what the breakfast bar would look like. Okay. But ultimately I think you'd be working from that. And what you'd be putting your laptop out there and having and absorbing that view. And you can see how we use those big stacker doors. You can open up that whole corner, and this is from the bedroom through to the living, open and operable. So it just opens that balcony up into that view. So just to quickly finish off on the floor plate, guys, we've got so many options for the 2 bedrooms, but this is probably, to me, I think just something that we've really listened to a lot of the customers that we've had over the last couple of years. We are noticing a lot of downsizers wanting to move into apartments. One of the things is they all can't afford a 3-bedroom, nor do they like what a 2-bedroom has to offer sometimes. And so this is really our answer. Like, it's part of that. We've been able to provide MPRs, which is those multi-purpose rooms, but also apartments that may have, a double vanity and a bath. And that's only for, that generally, what we're seeing on the screen, guys, is generally what you see in a 3-bedroom finish. This is available in 2-bedroom, and a lot of the apartments actually have baths as well. So they may not all apartments have the double vanity, but a lot of them will still have a bath in the 2-bedroom option. So please have a look at the finishes there. Now, we know that there's been a lot of articles talking about this market probably the last 6 months already. COVID has started this conversation. We were very interested in the Gold Coast pre-COVID, and there was probably 2 main reasons that we were really quite interested in it from an investment point, more so than any other market in Southeast Queensland and even in Australia. But you can see, like, there's just, I won't go through all the articles, guys, but definitely have a look, and we can send you the links to these if you're interested. Pretty easy to search. Like, there's been lots of articles about how the pandemic and the post-pandemic market is changing behaviours for real estate and residents. This is no doubt. If you're thinking lifestyle, tell me another location in Australia that can give you a better lifestyle. A brand new light rail, so a train line that connects the city, and it is absolutely an amazing piece of infrastructure that does work. So if you haven't tried it, definitely come down and try it. They've just announced construction will start to begin in stage 3 between Broadbeach and Burleigh. That's now getting aligned, and then they've also talked about the planning funding occurring for stage 4, which will take it, hopefully, a continuation of construction all the way through down to the airport. So if you can think for Palm Beach residences, this is a big deal because it's such a huge piece of infrastructure that we'll have on our doorstep. Well, look, guys, do have a look at some of these projects. There's so much per capita spend here than any other region in Australia, and that to me just means more demand, more growth, and particularly for capital growth. When we talk about demand, this is probably, I think this is, if you're looking at other markets across Australia, this is what really sold me when we were looking at this market, is that we know it's growing faster than any other region or any regional city in Australia. It's actually outpacing its projected population growth, and I think they were saying that it would get to like 1 million people by 2041, and they're saying now that will come a decade earlier. This is the best way to look at it, and what I've done is, yes, it looks like a nice colourful rainbow of lines, but this graph tells me a lot, because if I'm looking at any other regional city, and even some capital cities here, guys, like I've got Darwin, I've got Hobart, I've got Geelong, I've got Newcastle, I've got Wollongong, like tell me a city like this where between 2001 and 2019 has added a growth line like that. And that is a real aggressive resident growth line. This is your best indicator right now, is vacancy. And so think about it. You come off the plane, your first instinct's not to buy. It's going to be to rent, as an expat. right? Like you're going to rent first, so you want to know if I'm going to stay, will I live, like where do I want to live here, will I go back to probably where I'm from? And this is the best indicator about future markets, because we think now that the expat is a renter, and if they choose to say COVID's not going away, they're probably going to live here. When they decide to buy, let's say that's in 6 months to a year, it's more likely they're going to buy in the market they've been renting. So this is like a future crystal ball to a booming market. So at the moment, the Gold Coast vacancy rate, this is at August, was 1.6% in rental properties. You can see Melbourne and Sydney a lot higher. Now 3.4 is actually considered obviously a bit of a push in properties. We know that the inner Melbourne market is obviously quite hard. Look, like this is just the Gold Coast most top search suburbs, but you can see, as I mentioned, like Burleigh is actually number one, both on the Gold Coast and in Queensland. When you're seeing most searched, the good thing is you just got to look at that as a bit of a, I guess, a path find. Where are people looking at? Why do people want to search this area? And you can see, look, Burleigh, Palm Beach, Tullabudra Valley, Currumbin Waters, Currumbin, 7 is Burleigh Waters. All these are literally within a couple of kilometre radius of Palm Beach. So this one tiny location on the Gold Coast, what you call the southern precinct, is probably one of the most demand markets that we're seeing right now for property demand. Its house price is not cheap. It's 900,000, and you can thank a lot of the canals for that. And again, its apartment price as well. It's at 518,000 at the end of September. On our doorstep of where Palm Beach is, we're going to be seeing a brand new light rail station that's obviously proposed in that stage 4 corridor that they're going to be doing for the light rail. On top of that, they've announced as well, through that, they'll actually create a bike path along the beach so that you can connect into Currumbin, and that's going to be lovely, because we've also provided at Palm Beach residences bike racks and surfboard racks so that you can park your bike there, cruise up and down the coastline. So right on your doorstep, not only have you got a brand new artificial reef, you're going to have a bike path, a rail line, a brand new park, dining precinct. Then on top of that, they've just announced, and this is actually under construction right now, a $1 billion proposed 19th Avenue and M1 interchange upgrade. So the M1 is actually being upgraded from Varsity, and as part of that, $1 billion that they're spending on that upgrade of that M1, they're doing a new interchange at 19th Ave, and this is 19th Avenue. So you're going to be able to get to the freeway better here and get to Brisbane or get to the southern end, Byron, etc. As I was saying, to achieve a 1% vacancy, it's easy to try to understand that where the apartments are being sold when they finish off the plan, and you can see that all the buildings that have mainly settled, we see pretty much a big owner-occupier market. So the buildings are actually made up of owners, not investors. Very different to, say, Brisbane, which the majority of the buildings on the upper plan, except for obviously the ones that are a bit more boutique, but say the majors are actually made up more investor than they are owner. Just depends on the building, but it is a bit more inner city common. And then when we look at the resale, guys, this shows you how hot the market is. But we've done the analysis of just some resales that you can compare to. The current resale market is endless here for price. And looking like this one, another 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1 car, no view, 700,000. Older buildings, they're just endless in terms of like what we're seeing from a value point of view, considering what we're starting from for a new apartment at Palm Beach residences. So again, the guys at Midas can show you all this value and opportunity that's in there.
The Gold Coast market's fared really well this year. The recent figures from RP Data and CoreLogic is that the Gold Coast has had a 2% growth over the last quarter alone. So things are looking great for the remaining part of the year.
Look, COVID at the start was extremely concerning. The first sort of March and April was very concerned about where the general economy, both Australia and through the world, where it was going to end up. However, I think the Gold Coast over the last sort of 2 or 3 months has definitely performed strongly, as we've seen people wanting to navigate back towards lifestyle choices. Undersupply and strong migration is going to see markets continue to strengthen over the next 1 to 2 years.
The demand this year, I think, has really stepped up from last year. The last couple of years have been strong. This year's just escalated again, and you couple that with the fact that there's very limited stock on the market, and it's just a really, really strong market.
The Gold Coast has matured a lot over the last 15 years. We've gone from a small city into a city that's going to mature into a medium to larger city over the next 15 years. The amount of infrastructure that's being pumped in from all three forms of government is going to see us continue to grow.
The rental market has absolutely gone gangbusters, so we're finding a lot of investors coming back into the market again. It's actually cheaper to purchase now as well than it is to rent. With the creeks on either end of Palm Beach, our proximity to the airport and Burleigh Heads, we've got our new artificial reef, all of our restaurants and cafes, we're the new trendy hub, and it's a beautiful mix, I think, in Palm Beach of the elderly as well as young families. We've got beautiful schools.
Look, Palm Beach has gone through a resurgence. As you're probably aware, there's been a lot of new developments right through the main Gold Coast Highway, both sides of the Gold Coast Highway, beach side and highway side. Again, there's a big demand for Palm Beach, and that's probably on the back of a really good market in Burleigh as well. So they're just coming over the bridge there, enjoying Palm Beach. You've got new coffee shops and cafes and all those cosmopolitan outlets as well. So Palm Beach is going through a great resurgence, and there's obviously a demand for that.
People's ability to live in a place that is an amazing place like the Gold Coast and like Palm Beach is so much greater now that you don't have to do a 9 to 5 in a particular place anymore. I think that has really changed dramatically. I think your ability to work from home part of the week or all of the week in a job that might be based somewhere else means that a place like Palm Beach, where you've got fantastic lifestyle but great access to other infrastructure nearby in the Gold Coast, is going to be a real fantastic investment over the long term.
For those who watched to the end, I would like to congratulate you, and I'm sure you have learned so much. So to reward you, if you leave comments below and follow our Facebook, Instagram, and I will pick one audience and post this book, Midas Touch, to you. Also, I will organize time to answer all your questions. Once again, thank you so much for your support. We will see you next time. Bye!